Hey friends, Pedro here. Let's have a look at EQZ. This chart is kinda awful. It's maybe one of the worst charts so far because unfortunately EQZ did not get the chance to a good run before this Bitcoin dump. So what can we see here? From a macro perspective, we can see here this level. It's a very important support level. We touched it once, twice, and now we checked it again. Now I'm really hoping that this key support area will hold in the case if Bitcoin will check the mid 40Ks, as there is a high chance it will happen because most probably there are many long positions opened when Bitcoin dipped to 42K. Now let's see what else can we see here. We can see actually that on the weekly chart, we see the stochastic crossing up, which is good. We are at the lowest. Of course, it still can go or it still can hang, like in this case right here, but I don't believe exactly that the situation from May will repeat itself. And of course, you know, I'm not a financial advisor. This is no financial advice, just my own thoughts on this. The RSI, it's a bit under the 50 line pointing upwards. Maybe it will go back up to check the EMA. Now let's have a look at the shorter time frame, at the daily one. What do we see here? We see that we are below all the EMAs, which is not very positive, of course. But hey, we must start somewhere, right? What positive can we see here if you look at the oscillators is that the MACD looks like it wants to cross up, or at least it shows some willingness to do that. And yeah, like I said, if this key support area won't hold, I don't know, there is no bottom for this. It could spiral down a lot longer if Bitcoin will dump even harder. So I really hope that won't happen because EQZ stacks are going to be a lot under the water. Now we can see we have the 200 EMA, the magenta line as resistance as well. And now what I am talking about, we are not even above the 9 EMA, right? So we tested once, we tested twice, and now we tried to test it again and it did not work. What else can we see here? On the RSI we see rejection, and we can say rejection here, and now it gets rejected again. And look here, this level right here, we've never been so low. That doesn't mean that it cannot go even lower, of course. There is a high chance that the things should turn around in the near future. Now, what else? On the stochastic RSI, on the stochastic, we can see that, yeah, we had an attempt to go up, but we are crossing back down, most probably to come again in this area. Do we see pattern here? And maybe it will come back here and test and then go back up. These blue lines right here, we never had this on the daily chart on EQZ. So that it is bullish in itself because after periods like this, a pump is expected to happen. But there is also something else. This doesn't coincide all the time with the macro low. So it is still possible that we won't get this blue again. But if we do something like this, and we could end up doing something like this in the price chart. So we would still go even lower. These values have nothing to do, but what I'm trying to illustrate here is just a possibility. Looks like this area, it's a good area for support, and I'm guessing a lot of people are accumulating here around this red line, as you can see it, right? So I think there is a big chance that we won't go, at least not for long, below this area right here. It could be a spike or something like that, like Bitcoin does as well, but I'm pretty confident that this is a good area for accumulation as long as the project is not going bankrupt. All right, now if we go and have a look at the 4-hour chart, we can see that we are trying to climb above the 9 and 21 EMAs. We almost got this cross up, but that does not mean necessarily a lot. But I like the volume here. Look, we got some volume. You see this spike right here, and it's good when you see these moves backed by volume. During this time right here, we can see the volume decreased. I think it will bounce back to some degree in the near future. Now I'm just expecting for it to make a higher low and to confirm this. But like I said, before we see Bitcoin above the 21 EMA on the weekly chart, it's difficult to be bullish on anything. Because as long as Bitcoin is here, it can still dump a lot. Like it's not a trend like in this area right here, right? No, it's like this and can do exactly the opposite. Can easily come back to check this 55 EMA or even lower, right? Spike down, why not? And maybe go sideways. But now what we would like to see is for Bitcoin to come back and close above the 21 EMA. And after that, we can start being more bullish. That's it. Thank you for watching and don't hesitate to leave me your thoughts in the comments below. Have a good one.